Hi, this is Bill Colodzi, and we are drafting Guilds of Ravnica. My preference in this set is definitely for the blue guilds, and Grixis, and maybe Sultai or Golgari. I stay away from white a little bit, maybe a little bit too much. Certainly, Boros and Selesnya are capable of winning, especially if they're open, and if you have a good start. This is a good start for any red deck. I guess it's also very good in Izzet, but yeah, it's the kind of rare that is just going to be so much better than anything else someone's doing on turn 3, or even later into the game, that, just grab it here, better than Nightveil Predator. Although, if you really had a strong preference for Dimir, you could speculate on this, but it has a much lower chance of making it into your final deck. Oh, wow. Here, well, we have an option between Integrity Intervention and Crackling Drake. Rare is missing. We're being passed to by Hades Blade, Cosmo, Merton, a Hansen, Histrinderad, AK, and White Faces. Yeah, tough call here. I really like Crackling Drake. War Boss can go into Izzet. Integrity Intervention is fine, but it doesn't even kill the Drake. Yeah, I'm going to take the Drake here. Guildmage's Forum. I haven't drafted this one in a while, but it certainly helps Crackling Drake come in as an X5. Inescapable Blaze is another really good one if you're able to get your opponent low. And it's just a good one with Crackling Drake. I'm not sure that that's better than just a Wajik Bodyguard in this pack. Yeah, I think I'd just take Wajik Bodyguard here. It pumps the War Boss. It is going to be good in Izzet or Boros if we end up in that. And in pick 4 here, we get Goblin Electromancer. So far, no good spells, but all the creatures we have work well together. So I'm kind of happy I chose Crackling Drake over the Boros card. Even though that Boros card is good in Izzet just as a pump spell. Yeah, I'll grab the Electromancer here and hope to pick up a few spells before the end of this. Cyclops. I do prefer this to Ornery Goblin, especially in a more controlling deck. The Ornery Goblin's not, or is better with Wajik Bodyguard, but it's not a big consideration. I'll just take the card I like more. Street Riot. If ever there was a time for Street Riot, it would be if you have lots of token makers like the War Boss, but it's still not going to be good enough here. Maybe Garrison Sergeant, but this pack is just not good for blue. I guess other people have a similar idea about what guilds are the best. Yeah, I'll grab the Sergeant. Gird for battle, interesting one to get here. Glaive is also pretty interesting, but instead of massing a bunch of gates, I want to mass a bunch of spells. And Gird, I mean, it gives up on a couple of our picks, but it doesn't give up on all of our picks. It's quite a strong one. I'll take Gird here. I'd love to get back into Izzet, but you know, I'm not going to pass something like Gird for a card we're still not excited to play. Fearless Halberdier, no, but Dazzling Lights, that could be the card that gets us back into Izzet. An unassuming little card, much better than it looks at first glance. It appears just to do nothing, but then Surveil turns out to be pretty good, and then it's a spell count, and it just wins combat so much of the time. Mesmerist? Yeah, a lot of creatures here. Too many creatures. Nothing much left over. I guess Pack Beast is fine. Mephitic Vapors could wipe our War Boss board. I'm not going to play any of this, but I'll take the card that's seems good against us. Plaza, Restore, kind of as a good mirror match card if we end up in Boros. Certainly an interesting start to a draft. I'm excited to see where this goes. I'll tell you, it's been a while since I first picked Direct Current out of a pack, but that's what I'm about to do here. Price of Fame is the best card in the pack by a lot, and then Find Broker after that, and even at common, I'm not sure Direct Current is the best, maybe Centaur or something, but it does make a lot of sense here, so I'm just going to scoop that up. Best red card for us. Not a whole lot here, and nothing to really draw us back into Boros over just taking Goblin Electromancer. Hammer Dropper. Boros does have a lot of 4-drops, so they're pretty replaceable. Crater Maker, still getting good red cards, and that's wonderful because it kind of means we can stay a little bit open to the idea of playing Boros and sort of save later picks for those decisions. Yeah, I mean, we're still leaning towards blue big time. Chemister's Insight also helps with that. Just grab that here. Ionize. Oh, I'm a big fan of this card, especially in a deck that's just gonna try to kill your opponent. Get them to 2 life and hold up Ionize, that's a really good feeling. Because the irony of it, like, your opponent has lost the game, and they probably know it, but they don't really know it. But you know it. Irony. Chance for Glory, Demure Informant, another Glaive, but so few gates at this point. Yeah, sometimes I like picking cards like Chance for Glory. I mean, it kind of helps our Crackling Drake. I'm going to try not to play it here, but if we do end up seriously Boros or have an easy splash and quite an aggressive Izzet deck, I could see playing it. Ah, there we go. Our first gate, and what a dazzler. This foil Izzet Guildgate. Now we have Boros Guildgate in case we go into Jeskai, but this right here is not really enough to justify it. Not terrible cards, but hopefully we can find enough blue and red playables to not have to go into that color. Anyway, so I'm taking Invert Invent over Boros Guildgate here. Don't have to pick this over anything. Street Riot is still not it. How many of these could we have had? We've seen a lot. Maybe there's only been 3, and they just keep wheeling. Wishcoin Crab, another Plaza, and Hammer Dropper. Now let's look at our curve again, because we're a little more committed to Izzet, and that means our color's kind of set. Yeah, I'll take the Wishcoin Crab. Torch Courier, I've seen crazier cards played. Pilfering Imp, a solid card to come this late. And then what? We already have 1 Pack Beast, maybe Locket could be the right card to play in some strange build. Those last few picks, unlikely to matter, but you might as well, have a reason for doing what you're doing. Here we go. Mythic, Foil Mythic, Vraska Lazov. I don't think we're set up to play either of these. Give me 1 second to look up the prices on this mess. Yeah, it turns out Foil Lazov isn't actually worth very much. Vraska is still worth about 5 tickets. And it is a fairly weak pack besides all this. Heck, I'll try to even splash it maybe with our Gateway Plaza. And Vraska's just a huge bomb. And it'd be funny to pass Vraska, because they wouldn't know what happened, but passing a foil mythic means they know that a rare is missing. Oh well. Who are we passing that to? We were passing that to White Faces. Alright. What next? Gatekeeper Gargoyle. Sure Strike. Discovery Dispersal. If we are going to play Vraska, then we'll be in black at least for the Discovery Dispersal. I think the beginning of this draft doesn't lend itself well to a double splash, so we'll just put that one over here for now. Still, I am definitely considering Discovery Dispersal. Gargoyle is also one that we don't have a good start for, but this guy's always pretty good. Another Guildgate. This is a good pack. City Watch Sphinx is another sort of win condition. I'd love a Hypothesizal right about now with our double Electromancer. We might just have to take Command the Storm. Yeah, it's not a terrible card. I mean, it's going to deal with most creatures, and for 4 mana, that's a great deal. And that's what you're getting with Electromancer. Izoni, what a draft this could have been if we predicted the future. I'm not too sad about where we are, but Izoni and Vraska are like some of the 2 best bombs you can open for Golgari. Nightveil Sprite, that is likely going to be the pick here. It's a little pest that just improves your draw step. It can combo and become a real role player in a Dimir tempo deck or just any Surveil payoff deck, but it's always going to be good. Radical Idea, happy to get that. That's the kind of card this deck's going to need to operate. I want it to be a little more aggressive too. We don't have enough bomb finishers that we can ignore curving out. Like Niv Mizzet comes to mind. Do we have enough playables? No, we're still kind of struggling for playables, which means the Boros Guildgate makes some sense. Rubble Belt Boar also potentially playable. And yeah, there's still not a whole lot of white that I'm excited to play, so I'll take the Boar over Guildgate here, which is a fine one. You get a 3/3 into play, you get a couple extra damage in. If you're really lucky, you'll have a mentor that you wouldn't otherwise have, although we only have a couple mentors to begin with. Charnel Troll, kind of a bomb and a liability all at once, but still fine for all that. And yeah, give me that Golgari deck. Way too late to jump into it, but there weren't any well, maybe there were, shoot, you're watching it, but I don't think there were big enough signs that Golgari was opened super early. Maybe I'll go back and watch that. We're certainly getting a lot now, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'll take the Guildgate. Maybe we'll just have to splash Vraska, and that would be a start. Muse Drake, all right. Gateway Plaza, and is it Guildgate? Yeah, no matter what colors we're playing, is it Guildgate's going to help us a lot. So I'll take that over the Plaza. Maximize altitude. Yeah, we don't have any, well, we have very little jumpstart to begin with. Radical Idea, Insight, Current, oh, that's enough, but this is going to help a lot with Piston Fist Cyclops and just, you know, all our 2/2s becoming 3/3 flyers for a turn. Sundew, that's hard to attack through. Late Siege Worm that we can cut. Peacemaker gets in the way. And that's about it. We're really close. We are really close to a playable deck here. We don't have any, well, I guess we could put in Wishcoin Crab and call it a day. Maybe we'll just put Vraska in, just as like a, we have extra space in the deck. Maybe we'll get to play it ever. Maybe not. It's not especially good in the deck, but it's a removal spell or two. Maybe some extra cards. Cash in some lands for cards. Yeah, white would be easier to splash for sure, but not as exciting. Maybe I'll come back to reality in a moment and cut it from my deck, but let's just entertain this for a moment. Gateway Plaza, Guildgate, and one of each land. The one of each being one swamp and one forest. Is the mana good enough there? Then we have 3 extra sources of everything else. 23. Color, and pretty even there. So you'd start with something like this. You'd cut one of each of these for one of each of these. And is this enough to cast Vraska? Barely, but sure, why not? And then we put in one of each of these, and is this enough blue and red? It's 8/8, so yeah, I'd say that gets there. And yeah, just a casual Vraska splash. What would you play from Boros here? Just put in like a Pack Beast and a Chance for Glory or a Garrison Sergeant? No, that's not exciting. That's not why we're here. We're gonna try to make this work instead. All right, good luck. Oh, the mana's going to be better than I thought. We can add one more source, and that's going to be... What's that going to be? We have a little more to do early in blue. But then the most important creatures to get out early are red. Or we could add another black. I'll add a red here. It's not going to make too much of a difference. But yeah, there's the 40th card. Round 1 versus AK, we were put on the draw. We have 1/3 of our Vraska combo. Two-thirds. See how easy this is? And then we'll go Electromancer. Of course, right now it might be better as a mountain. Legionnaire. All right, let's draw a mountain off the top. Let's go. I'll definitely trade off here. Not much we could do this turn anyway. Next turn we would have Command the Storm if we kept this Electromancer alive, but I don't mind that trade here. Dazzling Lights sets up a draw. I'll just go ahead and do that. Crackling Drake. Pretty weak on this board. Let's put that in the graveyard and then Muse Drake on top. Sucks to lose Crackling Drake. We don't even have a cover-up to get it back, but a consequence of our awkward mana. Command the Storm. Oh no, they're going to Command the Storm. No, they're going to tap this down. And that means we probably just want to get out Rebel Belt Boar. We'll be constrained on red mana for a while, so we want to do something red every turn. We could have done Command the Storm on the Pack Beast, but this also trades with the Pack Beast, and then we can Command the Storm anything. Is it another one? No, this is a big flight, which is a much better target for command. Or at least a somewhat better target for it. Just do that now. Pass it. Because we are on the back foot here. Yeah, there's a hit. Let's just trade off what we can trade off and let 2 damage through. Ha! Okay. Prove your worth, Vraska. They say, what? I wonder, if we just plus it, it's very hard for them to kill it. And then we can sacrifice one of these unneeded lands there. Yeah, I'm not so worried about them killing it. If they do kill it, it just gained us 6 or 7 life and drew us a card, so that's already strong. They're just going to ignore it, so we have 2 free removal spells if we want to use those eventually. Captain, kind of a tough one to deal with. Tribunal, oh, that's a tough one to deal with. What a perfect couple cards to play. Yeah. Well, hold on. Let's go ahead and draw some cards. Maybe we'll find something to do. Gotta give him credit, and a good deck. If we draw that red, we'll have a way to kill the Legionnaire a turn ago. It's kind of how we're doing. But I want to kill it now. Anyway, this should trade there. That puts us down to 4. Then we have direct current here. We go to 1. So we need an extra special answer to this Legionnaire eventually. See if they draw something sweet here like Sure Strike. Oh, yeah, we're just dead because the Mentor and not keeping up with all these things. We got Vraska in play. That was neat. Eventually we got double red. Stay the course here. I do like Vraska, and I don't think we have very much else in Izzet to put in, so not going to white. Would we like to play first? Yeah, I suppose we would. Keep this. At least we're doing something. Hold up Ionize and then play out Guildgate. Let them get into... We could trade the Sprite with the Goblin. Huh. For now we'll put the Swamp in the graveyard. There's a couple other lands that can help us cast Vraska. And we don't even have Vraska yet, so I don't want to be drawing lands. Counter just about anything if they let us. Not that it's going to be great, but we don't have ways to deal with all this stuff. Direct current, that's kind of lets us deal with this. Let's see what's coming up. Crackling Drake, yeah, top that. And that means we're not playing Guildgate, so it's a good one to know about. Get rid of this guy. Or rather, not playing the Golgari Guildgate. I guess we could have played the Golgari Guildgate and just played a mountain next turn, but it works out the same way. I'd rather attack with all of our mana open. Get rid of that thing. Their hand might just be full of giant threats, which is a little scary. Oh boy. Collar this in response to drawing a card. Sure. At least we got to draw a card. That's one of the few hits from Collar in our deck. Luminous Bonds, fine. Doesn't really matter what land we play, but we can invert Invent here to find action. Oh no. Yeah, just giant monsters here. What do we want? Not microscopic cards. Instant sorcery. Problem is, if we get this, that's the only card we can get. Oh, they fixed it. So we can get this as a sorcery. Oh. Well, that's good news for us. So we get dispersal. And I guess we just want Command the Storm, right? We can even use dispersal to get rid of luminous bonds. So that's kind of cool. I do this now. Just kill a 4/4, play a 2/2, and pass it. Crabs are good. Not too worried about Righteous Blow. In any case, it just trades 1 for 1. And I'm not going to use Dispersal quite yet. Legionnaire, okay. We're ahead, so let's at least get one more hit in with our Goblin before going nuts. And if we use that before damage, they could just pump it and get a lot out of that. What are they going to Tribune? The Crab? Certainly not the Crater Maker. Yeah, they get rid of the Crab. That's another one we can get dispersaled back to their hand, but not yet. Not yet. I don't even want to do that. Let's just Discovery. Find something good. Those are not good. Not good enough, I think. Especially since I didn't leave the mana up for it. Torch Courier? I guess I'll take it. Puts them to 10. True Fire Captain. We don't have super easy answers to that. Just get in 5 here. Oh, shoot. Well, we have one more way to cast Vraska in our deck. I kind of missed that. I think their last card is land, because they would probably have played something else by now. Yeah, by now, and they were playing around Dispersal for a while. They did know we got it. Yeah, go ahead and attack with True Fire Captain. No, they don't want to do that. Here, we're going to use the old give our Mentor haste trick to attack with a couple 3/3s. And hope they can't interrupt it. Yeah, it looks like we'll at least get this part off. And maybe they trade with the Crater Maker. But wow, they're not trading with Crater Maker. What are they doing? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Phew. But I will go ahead and try to kill that. We take some more damage, but... Huh. Ends up killing both our creatures anyway. Where is our last 2 damage going to come from? We've already used Direct Current. Ah, there it is. Go ahead, draw nothing, and mesmerize them. Cool. Did they... Oh, they shocked themselves with Temple Garden? I saw their life go to 0. Awesome. Yeah, the deck is playing well. Pretty happy with the mix here. Hopefully we can draw a good mix of lands in the last game of this series. Keeping it, that is a good mix. Alright, 2/3 of the Vraska combo, and any other piece will cast it. It's going to be Electromancer here, because we're a little tight on blue, and then if Electromancer survives, we can do Crater Maker and Radical Idea on the next turn. Maybe we'd want to trade the Electromancer with the Goblin here anyway. We are on the draw after all, so... Wow, double Temple Garden. Nice. And they're just going to play that first main. No attack, I like that. Well... What to do, what to do? Let's play a Crater Maker and pass. This way we can have our option of Radical Idea. Oh wow. Or Crater Maker, and I guess it's going to be Radical Idea. So, that didn't work as well as I would have liked. But it's not over yet. Cast a cheap Ionize for 2, and that leaves us with a Radical Idea for 1. We just play Radical Idea here, pitching Mountain, because we can still do just about everything. And swing in with our little Goblin. Shields are down, but their attacks aren't going to be as good here. Maybe. Certainly they can come in with the Centaur. Prey upon, ouch. Certainly they come in with the Centaur, but now they don't come in with the Centaur, because we can just trade it with Crater Maker. Yeah, take the 2 here, because we need 2 creatures now to take care of the Centaur. Maybe that'll help. Maybe this 1/4 will help. Electromancer's kind of not so useful anymore, so I wouldn't mind trading it with the Centaur if possible. Wow, Pack Beast, that's a nice one. They probably want to tap Crater Maker, yeah. Oh, I hope they don't have a combat trick here. Sure is a tough one. Yeah, I'm gonna try this. Just 2 for 1 ourselves, because we don't have a good answer to this Centaur for a while. Okay. This thing. Is it Guildgate and pass in anticipation of a day when we have the mana for Vraska? 3 outs in the deck. 3 plus the card draw spells. Let's not let this resolve. With the bonus that Crackling Drake is now twice as powerful Oh, they're coming in. Crazy attacks here. Now they do have the +2/+2 spell. This attack just doesn't make sense unless they have it. And this blocks more damage if they don't. If they absolutely didn't have it, we could use Torch Courier. It's Sure Strike. Okay, I mean, good beats. Not so much we can do to play around that there. Oh no! Tapping wrong. That's okay though. It's not great, but we don't even necessarily want to kill the Ornery Goblin. We have an answer on board for it in the form of this Muse Drake. Just take 3. Hold the land back to pitch to it. There we go. Why not? Draw through half our deck, get our full combo. Yeah, they may have an answer to it. I guess we can sacrifice our forest and our swamp now. We don't need those. Maybe... No, there's no real way they can bounce it, so let's sacrifice a forest. Play another card here. Now we do have pretty good blocks for the Pack Beast. Just double block it, Courier and Mesmerist. And a good block for the Goblin, which is why they didn't attack with it last turn. Did they draw a trick off the top? I don't know, but... just trade everything here, and we have a Planeswalker. And if that works out, then we're in good shape. True Fire Captain. Okay. We can kill it. As long as we're careful. They can't redirect that to us. That's funny. Yeah, we need both red here, so we can't play our Electromancer. Direct Current it again. Discard Island. And we're at 9. But we have an 8 loyalty Planeswalker. Gah. Soon to be a 6 loyalty Planeswalker. No, they'll go for us. Wisely. This time we kill the creature. And play some creatures. Six life, or 7 life. 6 life is what I don't want to be at against a red deck. But this should be fine. Bodyguard. Draw a card. Flight of Equinaughts, just hard cast, no problem. Command that. Oops, yeah, let's sacrifice something, because we could just draw and play a land. Put this on the Electromancer, I guess. Protects us from a direct current. Say, what a deck. What a lucky Planeswalker top deck. La la la. Raffle, raffle. Yeah, it's a pretty silly deck, I'll give you that. Round 2. I think we'll play first here. We can get a couple of annoying pesky creatures into play early. Just to distract them until our real win condition. Not the best hand in the world. I suppose it does get a lot better if we draw a couple red sources. Or, you know, whatever we happen to draw will be good. The liability here, the liability of these swamps and our 4 mana whatevers. Okay, try to get this thing in. At the very least, we can play this Cyclops out and maximize it. And shoot, that's going to be a lot of damage if that goes uncontested. That's, well, shoot, that's lethal if we ever get our second red, you know, after getting our first red. Well, I do want to maximize altitude, and we should do that on our bigger creatures so they have less to chump here, because they only have a chump blocker left back. If the sizes worked out a bit differently, then we could just do this a different way, but yeah, that puts them at 11. If this swamp was a red source, this game would be over. Wood Shaper. Not amazing here. It does give us some time. That is amazing. Wow, I've seen a couple foil rares at this point. Foil mythics, that is, Lazov from that earlier pack. Well, that's certainly a good draw. How do we want to play this? I'd say maximize altitude on Mesmerist, attack with both, and it doesn't matter which one we take toughness away from. They'll just chump with the Wood Shaper. So play that. I think we discard the Crackling Drake, because everything else could just win sooner. Even Electromancer comes into play sooner. So yeah, discard Crackling Drake. Discard our best card because we just won't have time to cast it. 7. Doesn't matter which one again. And I imagine they'll no blocks. What? Okay, yeah, and nothing else to do here. Direct current. If we draw Mountain off the top and they just don't have life, well, they do have life gain. They have onboard life gain. So that makes things a little more awkward. Intervention. Youch. Okay, well, we can save it. We can save it here. Let's make this guy smaller and this guy bigger. Yeah, I'll take it. They still gain the 3 life, which is pretty much the most annoying part of all of this. And now if we draw red, we really want to destroy the Ledev Champion and then attack for 6. So they don't have any good chump blocks. They have 1 mana open. They've already used 1 pump spell, but they could have more. Muse Drake, great. Yeah, I mean, it is good. Not going to complain. And I will offer the trade here. So we shrink the Wood Shaper. The only trade they have is the Ledev Champion. And I guess they're taking it. Which is fine by me. See if we get another Is It Guildgate? Nah, Dazzling Lights. It's a good one. It lets us attack with the Cyclops. Unfortunately, one of our best answers to Aurelia is gone. They might just play that. Yeah, there's Aurelia. Give this thing vigilance. Sure. What to do about that? Take 4. Yeah, I think we just take 4 there. Crater Maker. Does that help at all? I'd say it doesn't hurt too much, but I'm not sure it really helps at all. Still, I don't see them gaining much life. They could give all their stuff vigilance, they could attack again with the wood shaper. I think we go... Dazzle something just to attack. Yeah, we're so stuck on red here. Question is between Cratermaker and Electromancer. I guess they're both good. Electromancer means if we draw one of our, well, our 5 damage spell, we can kill Aurelia with it. And I'm pretty sure we should attack with Dazzling Lights this turn, although it's likely we can just play that on a future turn. Tough one. Pretty tough one. Dazzle here. Yeah, there it is, Command the Storm. So graveyard the island, top the storm, play Electromancer since we have to, and attack with everything here. They can't kill anything, so they either take 1 or 0, losing the wood shaper, and they'll take 1. Sounds good to me. I guess we didn't have to play the Electromancer first, but yeah, bluffing, like, you should definitely bluff when you can and when it's free, but it's not the first thing you should be thinking about. It's not the most important thing, it's just a thing. Okay, really, just to get some more damage in, and that's totally fine here. Tap out for a 5/5 Colossus. Alright. So we command the storm, the Aurelia, have some random blockers back, get 1 damage in the air. Yeah, random blockers. Random blockers are the best kind of blockers. No good attacks. We just attack with both, lose the Cyclops, trade off here, and have a more or less empty board. Now if they attack with the Colossus, that one doesn't have vigilance. What, do they have another one? Huh. Why would they do that? Well, I mean, they definitely take 3, but now they take 5. I overtapped. Because it didn't matter. The things that don't matter, don't matter. Ooh, close one. They got some pretty good cards over there. We didn't even need Vraska to win that one. How are we supposed to win this one? Vraska doesn't do a very good job killing Aurelia. We have 1 answer to Aurelia. Or like team up invert with something, ionize it, make a massive crackling Drake. I'm not even sure how big our Drake can get. Pretty big. Dispersal, a very narrow answer to it. And then none of our white spells are removal or anything like that, so let's just continue with what we have going already. Aurelia versus Uncastable Vraska. Round 2. Opponent keeps 7 on the play, we'll take the draw and keep this hand. Radical Idea is so good for hands like this. It's pretty cheap. You get to cantrip into drawing something that maybe allows you to play the rest of your hand. Ugh. I'm going to go with Mesmerist here. if we get lucky in a couple turns, we can Dazzling Lights to kill the Stalwart. Oh, you have one of those too. Very nice. We're up a game, right? Because, oh, the Mentor. Nothing is going right. Maybe we get super greedy here and Radical Idea to get an untapped island. That's the only way we're going to recover. Alright, concede game. We'll play it out. We can block this war boss. I think we really had to do that there. Yeah, I'll go ahead and concede now. You know, killing one of their things doesn't matter. They still have way too much and we're at 8 life, so... Whew, that was a quick one. But yeah, if, you know, Radical Idea was too risky there for most situations, but we're definitely losing if we don't do it, so we pretty much have to take the risk. Would you like to play first? Yes, we'll try that again. Or we'll try that. 1/3 of the Rask combo. Keep this. And they're down to 6. A player who actually mulligans in limited. I don't know what that's like. Anyway, Island. I don't know what to do turn 2. I'm leaning towards Electromancer, but I'm not positive. Yeah, do Electromancer. Now we can Chemister's Insight or Nightveil Sprite and Radical Idea if we get the land we need. Pretty stuck on blue here. And for that reason, I'm just going to use Chemister's Insight. Turn 3, let's see if they hit their land drop here. They were on the draw, so that really does help, and they even had a scry, and they scried to the top, so I think they're fine here, unless they kept a 1-lander and scried that second land to the top. They might be wondering if we have our -3 power trick. They'll just have to attack to find out. Technically it trades with the Stalwart here. It's not like a 2-for-1. That is if we did have it, which we don't. Right, they're playing a land. I imagine they'll attack here. Pause to and pretend I'm thinking about it. Take the damage. See what they're up to. Nothing. Champion. Well, let's draw some cards. Didn't draw much, did we? No blue, even. So we can try again. We could try again. Ah, what a tough game. I wish I could do 2 things in a turn. The best bet, gosh, if this was a swamp, that would make this much better. The best bet is to Discovery and try to hit either something we can play with mountains or hit a blue source. Ugh. Neither of those qualify. So let's put both in the graveyard. I mean, is it Guildgate is a blue source, but it's not a good enough blue source. I'll have Vraska pretty soon. It's all working out. Don't worry about it. We could have attacked with Electromancer there, but if we don't, it forces them to tap something to make Lead of Champion big enough to attack here. Or maybe they'll just kill the Electromancer. That is another option. 3, 5. Yeah. That's a lot. What should we kill with Vraska? I imagine we'll kill something. Probably the champion. If anything. They have an easy way to kill Vraska, but at least it trades with something and soaks up a little bit of life. Huh. We need one more mana to make this any good, because we can't do 2 blue spells this turn. That's not true. We can do Radical Idea and Command the Storm. Well, it's not 2 blue spells, but it is 2 spells. I want to do 2 things. The other option is Radical Idea and Vraska, which might be better. See if we draw anything reasonable. Yeah, let's just get rid of that thing and pass here. They kill Vraska, but they may commit 2 attackers to it, or sacrifice Crater Maker, which uses some mana. It's not going to be an easy game. And the awkward mana from playing our Forest and Guildgate is biting us again here. We could have Crackling Drake down by now, or at least a couple more blue things. They must have a few options here. Certainly they have options on the board. How are they going to attack? How are they going to use their mana? But they also have 3 cards in their hand, so... Okay. Tribunal, and then they're saving the Crater Maker, which just gets in more damage. And that's good enough for them, I'd imagine. We can do 2 things here. Sprite and Mesmerist. Crackling Drake's pretty big. And they can trade Crater Maker with it. But our Sprite isn't much better. And there's nothing we can draw with Crackling Drake that we can do this turn. Next turn, we'll be able to do Command the Storm and something else, but we won't be able to do Command the Storm and Crackling Drake. So I guess Crackling Drake's the clear answer here. And hopefully they don't have 1-for-1 removal for it. Okay, next turn should be good if we even have a next turn. The Crackling Drake might keep back the Shield Mate, and we probably just don't block if they attack just with Stalwart. I hope they don't have another removal spell or Aurelia or something. Yeah, it's a removal spell. Luminous Bonds. Cool. So we go to very low. And we can play some stuff. I think we just have to play all our stuff and hope to make some chump blocks here. We can make the Night Veil Sprite into a 2/1. Pass it. Oh boy. Or we could double block. I don't want to go to 1 here. But most of the things that kill us at 1 kill us at anything else as well. Cosmotronic Wave. Are you serious? That'll end our run. Cool deck over there. They had a lot of good stuff and a good mana base, much better than ours. So thanks for watching. And yeah, a bit of a train wreck of a draft. We didn't get enough playables in Is It? We could have gone Jeskai, but I wanted to be a little more fun here and play the Vraska. And it worked. I mean, it was just about enough mana to get it going, but of course the mana base was a little less consistent. So that is that. I'll catch you next time.